Monday, Tuesday, Gronk Day. Four-time Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski here once again. Philip Rivers officially back. He's wearing 17. What is going on? We'll get into all of it. Talk to Michael Pittman Jr. We'll bring you that tomorrow on the show. We have two-time Super Bowl champion, former teammate of Rob Gronkowski, Blaine Gabbert, on the show, who has he's out there in the forest. He's in a cave, Plato's cave, just chilling. He doesn't like appear very much in front of our eyes on camera, but he will join us today, which I'm excited about. Of course, Mizzou, Jags, maybe we'll talk to him about Philip Rivers. Did Chris Ballard call him first? Does he want to play? I don't even know. But he has a really interesting career backing up Tom Brady, of course, then Patrick Mahomes. So I got some good questions for him. He's back. Yes. Philip Rivers is back. We're going to get to that. Of course, I kind of don't believe it. And then I talked to Michael Pittman Jr. yesterday. We'll bring you that. We banked the interview. We have it. We're editing it. You'll see it tomorrow. And they Michael Pittman Jr. 7 years in his rookie year, Philip Rivers was his quarterback. And then all of a sudden he gets some sort of alert that he's in the building. What does it mean? What is it going to look like? I asked him all the questions. I'm actually really excited. Michael Pittman is excited. He's got this boyish exuberance to him that he kind of always has, which is true. And of course, he has to balance that with the emotions of losing Daniel Jones. And he said some really interesting stuff about him, too. So cannot wait to share that. Gronk's on the show. Per usual, we have Blaine Gabbert on the program, which we love. But it's Wednesday. Before we bring Gronk on, we always do our underreactions. I want you guys to take a look at the slate, though, so we can set the table as we move forward. So Falcons-Bucks is a slate for this weekend, starting Thursday Night Football, of course. Tampa, we'll do some proper shot with our guy Gronk. Tampa 4.5-point faves, trying to hang on to first place in the NFC South. Gronk will be here to break that one down then on Sunday. Patriots 1.5-point underdogs at home to the Bills. Win would officially lock up New England's first AFC East title since 2019. The Rams 5.5-point faves over the Lions. LA would clinch a playoff spot with the win, while Detroit still on the outside looking in. A win gives the Lions a 61% chance of making it. A loss drops them down to 31%. So Packers 2.5-point faves at Denver. One seed implications abound in both conferences. Lots of stuff at play there. And the Seahawks 13.5-point faves over the Colts. Remains to be seen whether it's Philip Rivers or Riley Leonard in that one. Let's flip it over to some underreactions, shall we? I don't know what that sound is. I always wonder what that is. I like it. I like it a lot. Philip Rivers is all over the headlines. We can't get enough of the lore. I think everybody's rooting for him. And it's fun. Here's what I think. And I think you know that I like these Colts. I know these Colts. I talk to these Colts. He's going to be good. I don't know how else to tell you that, but I just want you to, he's going to be good. And with this offense and mark my words, Philip Rivers is going to thrive. Maybe because I just want him to. And I love him so much. And I didn't like it when he left the NFL field. I actually remember his last game when he played at a lasting memory in my head, seared, is when he had his last game at Arrowhead. And their goodbye to him, I do believe, was like playing every interception he ever had against the Chiefs. Or something absolutely savage and unhinged and diabolical and all those Gen Z words out there. That's what they did, and I hated that. And now we can come back and, not against the Chiefs, but just go on another roll. A lot of ins and outs with this one, of course. I do want to show you guys just what the playoff situation is as it plays into the hands of our guy, Philip Rivers. Okay, here's what the odds are. Since Monday night, let's take a look. FanDuel Sportsbook, the place to put your bets, guys. The Colts have gone from plus 285 to make the playoffs on FanDuel to plus 430, from plus 2,200 to winning the South at plus 2,700. Their odds to win the AFC have dropped to plus 5,500. The Chiefs are still plus 2,500 there, to put that into perspective. What? So seems like not many are taking this seriously yet. And I get it to some extent. And it's not an unprecedented situation in very many ways. I'm in. I'm in for the drama. I'm in for the Cinderella story. I'm in for the mic'd up that we hope. If they don't mic him up for this game, I don't know what we're doing. Have you no integrity? Have you no, I don't know who that's up to. Keith Cosrow, NFL Films, you better be miking him up, okay? Mic the man up. He's not just like any quarterback, Phillip Rivers. His entire career has defied convention, okay? From the jump, from when he was drafted. There were ding-dongs. Let me really go off on this for a second here. Let me cook. There are ding-dongs that said you can't throw the way he does mechanically. Do you remember this, you guys? You can't do, can't be an NFL quarterback right there. We've heard the stories from ESPN's Kevin Clark about, how he's still beating young guys like Drake May in throwing competitions in the off season. Like I remember talking to Drake May and being jealous that he even has a relationship with Phillip Rivers. It doesn't surprise me when we hear that kind of stuff because he walked away playing at an extremely high level. It felt like he's on that list of dudes I don't believe are ever retired. He felt like didn't feel right. It did not feel like this chapter's closed. He looks cooked. His arm's gone. Yada yada yada. What so have you? The last season in Indy, what was so upsetting about him leaving is because it was one of the best he had in like a year, really. He threw 4,000 plus yards, let me remind you. He led the Colts to an 11-win season, let me remind you. And besides like the physical aspect of it, which I know he has, he's got it. He's okay. He's good, okay? He spent 9 seasons with Steichen. I told you guys this yesterday. Phillip is not answering the call for people. He's answering it for Shane, their relationship, their trust, their connection, whatever you're going to say. And we heard from J.J. Watt yesterday. He's running the same system with his high school team. He's talking to Shane. I talked to Shane about Phillip. Hamilton, did I manifest this? Oh, is he not coming on the air? Hello.
I think so. Yeah.
Did I manifest this? Now I'm putting it together like live.
You pretty much were. You were putting it out there.
I'm adding the numbers here. I think, yeah. So no disrespect to anybody. I'm kidding. Just make it all about me. But I remember like, why do I have all these stories talking about? Probably because I just bring up Phillip Rivers to everyone I ever interview in any situation. So that doesn't mean anything. But I love that him and Steichen have this relationship. If you think that he can't come in there and run this offense like yesterday, you're absolutely bananas. Like he absolutely can. They're exchanging notes. They're doing throughout the season, throughout practice. We talked to Michael Pittman. I don't know if you were on the line for this, Hamilton. We talked to him and he like didn't want to say if he got a text from Rivers because why would he? Doesn't know like what's going on or whatever. He didn't want to go either way. But like my problem is I should have asked Pittman, do you guys talk all the time? How often do you talk all season? Because I bet you Rivers hits him up often, all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right?
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Yeah.
When you heard this news, were you like, Kay's going to lose her actual mind?
Yeah. I was like, she's not going to believe it's real. We're going to get, is this fake? Is this, can I tweet? Yeah.
Yeah. And then
am I getting fooled again by one of these fake insiders? Yeah.
No, and then I actually think he's going to be really good. I think he's going to absolutely crush and like everything that we're saying here. And I said this yesterday, you weren't on, but I think it says a lot about the Colts. A lot about the Colts that he's like, I want to go back and do this there. Because it's a big deal that he's coming back. It's a big deal. Yeah. And he kind of gets to pick and choose what he's done. And he's obviously having a lot of fun with his family. I love that. But like, I like this for the Colts. I like them. There's this idea. Solak said it yesterday. It's a desperation move for them. I reject that hypothesis. I think like not many teams, like Ballard just has balls. Like he really does. And he doesn't care what anybody says. And Steichen obviously is also a bit of a maniac and it all makes sense. And I like all of that. Anyway, back to my underreactions. The organization goes for it, right? We're 8-5, all our quarterbacks are hurt. Like let's Notre Dame this and pick up our ball and go home? Like, do we just don't want to participate and jump out, jump into it? No, of course, the franchise, and thanks, Hamilton, you can bounce. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. This franchise has been all about making bold decisions, bold moves. So let's freaking go. Okay, I want to get to Trey McBride. Man, I'm really running over today. Taking my little time. Okay, next, I think we're underreacting. Just stay with me. We are not talking enough about Cardinals tight end Trey McBride, friend of the show, and what he's doing right now. He leads the entire league with 93 catches on the season. 93. And it's crazier than that. Let's take a look here. Let's do a little digging in underreaction land. If you go back to the beginning of the year, Trey has the most catches in a 30-game span by a tight end in NFL history this year. He's on pace to break Zach Ertz's single-season tight end record of 116 grabs. He is on track to join Travis Kelce and Dallas Clark, as you see in this rare 100, 1,010 situation. So Trey's really he is not emerging. He is one of the most dominant tight ends in the game right now. And it sucks because the Cardinals are struggling. So he is not getting any love or spotlight or room to be celebrated right now. And I hope that they can get it together even for him, because he is a standout and he's amazing. So we see you, Trey. I want better for you. You're crushing it. It's very fun to watch you keep getting better. And you're a great guy off the field. So kudos to you. And then the last thing I want to say in what was termed to me a feel-good show yesterday, which made me laugh. But we're giving love. That's what we do. We are underreacting to, let's go to Broncos land. I see you. I love you. You're the 1 seed. We get it. You should be here. We were talking, I've heard this about this team. I expect this and these sort of performances out of you Broncos. But what I thought we'd see in week 2 finally happened in whatever week we just had, 14. RJ Harvey had a 100-yard day. Thank goodness. Okay. And the Broncos, and they did it against the Raiders. I don't want to dismiss this as we did it against the Raiders. Tough team, divisional opponent, all that. The Vegas defense, by the way, it's really been tough against running back. It's like their only calling card this year, in my opinion, is like we're actually top 5 toughest against running backs right now. And you saw that in this game. Every yard, if you watch this Broncos situation, he earned every yard of those 100. It was awesome to see. And we've seen him be explosive like in bits throughout the year. But he grinded out 20-plus touches. He was punishing a really good freaking defense. I don't want to hear it from you guys. And that is what this offense is going to do. This is like what he did gave me a very big step in confidence that the Broncos can win a Super Bowl. Because just that's what they're going to have to do without J.K. Dobbins. If you look at this, it's kind of like... It's very wild, okay? Look at this right now. Even though he just became the guy in the Broncos backfield, like the guy, he leads all rookies in touchdowns this season. His 9 lead the team. No other Bronco has more than 5 on the year. Wilder to hear Sean Payton tell us that we haven't seen anything yet. We haven't seen anything yet. I'm so happy about that. And I believe him when he's saying that kind of stuff. So great test this week. Oh my gosh, huge game against the Packers. Packers and I think at the Bears in Chicago, so that'll be fun. And I think the 1 seed in the AFC is up for grabs, and they can take complete command if they get past those Packers this week. Okay, we're gonna before we go to break, actually, I want to tell you about what Missouri's doing before we bring in Gronk and Blaine Gabbert. Yay! Hey, Missouri, love you. Eat your toasted Ravs. Eat your Emo's pizza. Celebrating FanDuel launch for like a week now. I can't believe it. A little over a week, but they're keeping it going. We have a Missouri daily drop. Each day FanDuel is going to drop a new reward just for Missouri. So make sure you sign up. It's FanDuel Sportsbook. We are live. You can do your thing on the FanDuel Sportsbook app every day to see what you've got. And today, there's a power hour. You heard me. When I think Missouri and power hours, yeah, I've had a few, one or 17 of those. What happened to power hours? When times were good and days were easy. Remember power hours? So fun. 5 p.m. and it was always like Keystone Light or something absolutely, or like Pop Off or McCormick's vodka or something absolutely horrendous. Anyway, power hour from 5 p.m. Central Time to 9 p.m. Central Time there in Missouri. Missouri residents there get 20% profit boost tokens. 20% profit boost tokens that are valid on I think it's a 3+ leg parlay, a same game parlay, or same game parlay plus wagers for anything happening today. So enjoy that power hour from 5 to 9, brought to you by FanDuel. We'll be back.
Sipping my coffee.
Okay, just let me get something set here. I want to tell you something. Yeah, I'm saying I want to tell you something. Got you. Thank you. Thank you. You know I love the Panthers, Hamilton. So I got a hot tip of something very cool with the Panthers. Last night, Carolina, and of course, their incredible owners, David and Nicole Tepper, and that their foundation, the David and Nicole Tepper Foundation, they hosted 1,000 underserved youth as part of the 7th annual Joy to the Carolinas at Bank of America Stadium. Children at the event received holiday gifts. They had this like festive experience. They got to go on the field. Can you imagine? That's so freaking fun. The community event featured players, including Bryce Young, who is, of course, there doing the most. What a season for him, for them. Head coach Dave Canales, who is crushing it. Panthers legends were there, front office members. So I think that's very cool, just in time for the holidays. And I loved seeing that. So if you guys also see things that other teams are doing or just all the fun stuff, I'd love to showcase that more on the show. So send it our way, but loved seeing that. And Carolina, I mean, the Panthers, the fuzziest little story of the year, maybe, Hammy.
Yeah, and if the Bucs lose to the Falcons tomorrow night, they shoot into first place in that NFC South.
Yesterday, I found myself at something called Christmas karaoke.
That is something I never expected to hear come out of your mouth. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not one for that. I don't know what that is, but I'm not one for that. But I would say out of all I don't know if there's different kinds of karaokes. Christmas karaoke is the best, the most benign, kind of fun one. Because like everyone's really festive and like really drunk in like a jolly way. And everyone's got like, you know, like lights all over them and like they're all wearing their gear. And there's some like banger Christmas songs. So like Christmas karaoke at a very New York night, only in New York. And you know who I saw last night? My brother.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say the Rizzler, but that's also just about as good. But yeah,
my brother's better than the Rizzler. I saw my brother tried. Yeah. So I don't need to say anything else, do I?
Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah,
I had a good time.
But it's true. I like. If you're going to do karaoke, the Christmas is the way to go. That way you don't get like the sad, like 11-minute Champagne Supernova rendition. Like there's none of that. It's all fun.
100%. No Piano Man, like 8 minutes up there. Like, get out of here. No karaoke song should last more than 4 minutes. That's another rule that I'd like to implement.
The old world tight end, the 6'7" freak. You can call me the GOAT. Rob Gronkowski. Touchdown! Oh my goodness. Go. Holy guacamole. Greatest of all time. Go, they call me the GOAT.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is Rob Gronkowski drinking his coffee Wow.
Hey, Kay, can you guess, with my background, that's a real background. That's no AI background now. Can you guess where I am with all those beautiful mountains and that snow scenery right behind me? Can you guess where I am?
At Big Sky.
No, that's close, though. That's close. I am at a ski resort, a ski resort town, but not Big Sky. Big Sky's too fancy for me. You got to remember, I'm a blue-collar guy.
Are you in Montana, Wyoming?
Nope.
Jackson Hole? Aspen?
Nope.
It doesn't look like Aspen.
Oh, close. Getting hotter.
Vail?
I'm in Vail, Colorado currently.
That is so Gronk, it hurts me. Like, that is the most Gronk city of all ski cities. I remember once you telling me that you like skiing because nobody can recognize you, which is an absolute lie. That you think that people don't recognize you when you have ski gear on is absolutely crazy.
Well, they recognize me in a different way. They don't recognize me as Gronk, the football player. They recognize me as, I probably got it about 15 times on the ski slopes the last 2 days. Holy shikes, you're huge. How tall are you? Like, that's how they recognize me, and they don't know it's me underneath. And the thing is, somehow people know my voice, probably because I'm on this wonderful show every week, Kay, and all these listeners out here in Colorado are listening.
Funny.
But if I say something back to them, I actually try to disguise my voice too, because I'm like, "Oh, you're Gronk," and I'm like,
"Let's hear
it." Yeah. So I trick everyone at all times.
And who do you think that they think that you are? Like a basketball player? Like an Eastern European?
A lot of people think I'm a basketball player. I get that majority of the time. No one out of the time, people don't know who I am, and they just see me and they see like the height and kind of the width as well. Only 5% of the time they ask me if I'm a football player. And the other 95%, every time they go right to basketball.
I feel like you skiing doesn't really make sense from a physics perspective. How does that go?
Pretty well. Physics perspective, of me running up the seam full speed, running by DBs, linebackers, and safeties doesn't make sense either, Kay. But I defy all physics. I defy science out there, Kay. And that's why I'm the Gronkster, baby.
That's why you're the Gronkster. Thank you for joining the show, especially when you're clearly away and you're working so freaking hard this year. I want to, and you're adding gigs to your thing, but you only add gigs that you love. That's what I've learned. Like if you're doing something, you love it. You host the, let me get this right, Bucked Up LA Bowl. Okay, Bucked Up LA Bowl. That's happening this Saturday at SoFi. The Huskies, Boise State. What do I need to know?
Yeah, I'm really pumped about it this year. We got two very solid teams. Boise, obviously, a franchise program from the Mountain West Conference. I'm pretty sure they were in the playoffs last year when they had Ashton Genty as the running back. And then their storied program, you know, that's not a Power Four in the Power Four Conference. And they basically win it all every year, or they have potential to win it all every year in the Mountain West Conference. So they won the conference championship last week. So now they get an automatic bid to the Bucked Up LA Bowl at SoFi Stadium this Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then we also got the Washington Huskies. Pretty solid team this year. It's pretty wild because they got head coach Jedd Fisch, and Jedd Fisch was the head coach at the University of Arizona a couple years ago, and then he actually he bounced on us. He wasn't loyal to the University of Arizona. I'm going to have to give him some, grief 100% about that. But he's doing a good job at Washington now. They're 8-4, so it's going to be a solid game. And what I really like about this game is, yes, it's on ABC, and it's right after the Heisman presentation. So Saturday night's the only football game on in the world at that time. So it's gonna be a great draw. We got solid two teams as well. The only thing I'm disappointed about is the University of Arizona was on pace to come to the Bucked Up LA Bowl. And Kay, they outdid themselves in the best way possible. They got too freaking good. The University of Arizona went 9-3 and accepted the higher bid to the Holiday Bowl, which is BS. They should have declined that bowl and accepted our invitation. But I understand, you get paid more money going to a higher bowl game and accepting that offer.
Washington, 9.5-point faves. I just looked it up. Over Boise State on FanDuel Sportsbook, guys. Check it out. Washington finished 8-4. Their 3 losses did come to ranked teams. It'll be a lot of fun. And I can imagine there's a couple surprises too, right?
Yeah, a couple years ago, Boise State was in it, actually, and they lost to UCLA, and I raced their dog at halftime, and no one's ever beat their dog. I think only one time, actually, before. He races someone every halftime, throughout the games at Boise for their home games. So the dog's going to be there again, and I'm hoping that I get another rematch so I can go 2-0 and feel good about myself that I can be. I forgot the name of the mascot of the dog, but hopefully I get to race him again and go 2-0 versus him.
You had a guest analyst in your studio that was like pure joy to watch. Jameis Winston. He looked great, natural, loved just the vibe I guess he brought. How would you describe what that day was like and what his energy is like?
Yeah, so Jameis Winston, he was there for part of the kickoff show, basically the majority of the time, and they came on for a segment on our pregame show. And you just described it perfectly. Jameis Winston just brings a ball of joy to the table, big time. And, he's natural, it's just him. He's just being himself, and everyone loves to be around him. People say, oh, I love to be around Gronk. It, brings juice to me, and it's just a ball of energy and joy. Well, I can tell you this. I got that feeling of what people say about me with Jameis Winston. I mean, he's such a great guy. And what I really liked about him, too, is he brought the personality, but he was prepared. I can definitely see him having a big time role, in the future after he's done playing on whatever TV network it is. Hopefully Fox, because Fox is the best in the game, and I would love to have him over there. But he is dominant, and he spits knowledge, especially as a quarterback. He knows the game of football. He knows defenses. He knows how to talk as well, and also analyze. So Jameis Winston's a star in the making once he's done, with his playing career.
It's fun always to have it's like a burst of energy to have just people visit, right? Like cameos. I remember when Julian would come in before he was part of the family, right? It was just like a different level. It's always just fun to have guests come visit your home with this set and all of you guys doing your job there. If you could pick another, like a current quarterback, backup or starter, the next person you would like to visit the set, who is that?
Dang, that's a great question. I would go with the backup quarterback for the Patriots right now. He was the backup quarterback for the Giants. The Italian kid, DeVito, right?
You want to go with Tommy DeVito?
I was going to say Danny DeVito, but I was like, I know it's not Danny DeVito. I was like, it's Tommy DeVito. It would just be cool because he's got New England ties now, you know.
Okay.
He played for the Giants, obviously backup, but New England ties being the backup now. He's got a couple commercials. I see him out there, you know, those backup role commercials that are always classic to watch on TV. But it would be cool, you know, have him make like a chicken cutlet or something. It would spice it
Yeah.
up.
Listen, Eric Shanks, if you're listening, no Mahomes. We don't care about Josh Allen. Nobody wants to hear from Lamar Baker. Like, we want Tommy DeVito.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, just as a cameo. We're not saying full time.
Just as a cameo. Yeah.
Jameis Winston, full time. He's great. I love his juice, love his energy, and you just never know what he's going to say. You know, you just don't. Yeah, he gets you juiced up.
Those producers there's a couple people, you know, on your set where it's like, I don't know what's going to happen. That's why it's so fun to watch. It has been my dream to have Philip Rivers do that. Like, be on a set, do the whole thing. Like, I think he'd be so good in a booth, whatever. Launch a podcast, like listening to Philip Rivers is something that I've loved. When you hear this news that this 44-year-old, younger than Tom when he came back into, is going to rejoin the Colts, come back after he's been so adamant about, like, he's happy, he's got the kids, he's got the lifestyle. What was the first thing you thought, him as the Colts quarterback?
I mean, at first, when the news broke about 2 days ago that he had a tryout to be, you know, to be on their practice squad, I kind of thought it was AI. You know, those AI fake news reports that go around online. That's what I thought at first. I was like, no chance. I mean, I get it. Yeah, the Indianapolis Colts quarterbacks are all hurt, but like that has to be AI. The guy hasn't played football in years. You know, he's 44 years old. I think it's absurd that he's coming back. I personally think that it's probably not the right move. If I was a betting man, and I was up to the gun, if I had a gun up to me and it was, hey, bet, how do you think Philip Rivers is going to do? I would say not that great. I mean, I just don't see it happening. When you're out of the game for that long, at that age, you know, you got to be able to be with it every single day to understand what's going on. Yes, I know he's played for so long, he can get right back into it, but still to have the arm strength, just the knowledge, just the speed, just your brain, just chemistry, just going with the flow of the game of how fast it's moving. I just don't really see it happening. But the way that they're progressing him, all right, he's starting on the practice squad. You're going to have to give him 2-3 weeks and then possibly call him up. But I don't know. I just don't see it really ending the way that they think it's going to end right now. And I love Philip Rivers.
Yeah.
I love him.
He left playing like really well. I would just say that.
Yeah.
I know it was a long time.
That was what? How long ago was it? 3-4 years ago?
I just said it. I don't even remember how.
5 years ago. You can't take off from the game of football for that long.
How long at the quarterback position can you take off and come back and play? 1 year? Just 1 year?
I mean, also depending on your age. If you're 25 years old, you can take off 2 years if you've been throwing.
But he didn't show any decline. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he did not, respectfully, Matt Ryan, we had him on the show this week. He was like, I'm toast. I'm 40. I'm toast.
Yes.
He didn't, not a quote, but it was implied. And you looked at, you know, Drew Brees, the arm there are things that like correlate. I never saw that with Philip. Philip had like a 4,000-yard season his last season with the Colts.
No, I agree. He didn't have a drop-off when he was playing, so it was a little surprising when he retired. But the thing is,
what's going to be the hardest part, Gronk?
For 4 years now. The hardest part was his last 4 years. Was he still throwing the football every single day, even with 14 kids in his house and being a full-time dad and husband? That's kind of like impossible. Like, once you retire, you kind of usually just get the game of football out of your mind and you just focus on what's in front of your life now instead of, you know, what you have to do on a daily basis to be ready for the game coming up that Sunday. So that's the hardest part, is what was he doing over the last years?
Here's what I can tell you.
Us? I don't know.
This is you've had coffee this morning. It's so funny to listen to.
I did.
I know. Cheers to you and to Philip Rivers at 44. Here's what I can tell you. Here's what we know. He's remained very close with Shane Steichen. They text a lot. They go back and forth. I knew this, that they've remained close, unlike football stuff. Okay. So so it doesn't sound like the mental part is something that you are concerned with. Like, he could come back and like pick it up and like, he's got it. He's also been coaching his kids' team. They run the same offense like as the Colts. It's like just like a thing, right? We know that him and Drake May were working out together in the offseason. He is kind of throwing the ball around, right? but we're worried that like his arm, he's going to go out there and his arm's not going to have it, or it's like from taking a hit. What do I need to be looking at? They've got Seattle this week.
Yeah, taking a hit. There's no way that he's going to be able to play in this game. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's on the practice squad, correct?
Has he been advanced? I don't know. Like, I'm just too caught up in the fun
you
of
can
it.
advance him at any
Harrison,
time.
he's on the
practice squad.
He's on the practice
So that
squad.
doesn't matter.
I think he's starting.
But I don't think he's going to be starting this week. No way. And the thing that we're going to be looking for is his not just arm strength. Arm strength may be there. It's the consistency over 50, 60 throws on a daily basis. Is the arm strength going to start declining, once you start throwing that many passes every single day? That's what you're looking for. And you're looking for how strong his arm is as well. Can you throw an out route to the sidelines? If you can't, and you take off, a quarter of the speed, well, then that's just enough speed to take off for the defensive back to come and make the play and intercept it and bring it to the house. So does he still have that zip on it that he had when he retired like 4, 5, 6 years ago or whenever he did? That's what we'll
20
be
years
for.
ago. He's just coming from the dead to quarterback. All right. Those are really, really good points. I love that. All I keep thinking, like, so the Colts were this sexy hot team. We were like, they could go all the way. They're out. Bengals out. Whatever. I understand the problem. Chiefs, somehow they're still like alive on FanDuel Sportsbook. They're out. The Bills better win the Super Bowl. I would like to know how you feel about my take on this. Like, you don't have to deal with any of those guys. The Ravens are super banged up. If you don't cash in and win this year, I don't even know if you're a fan, like how you get up from that. They better cash in on this. And if they don't win a Super Bowl, it will be more disappointing than any year of the Josh Allen experience because you know what that means? That means your Patriots are freaking going. That is like rubbing salt in a wound that they like already have nightmares about from when you played with the Patriots.
Yeah, Kay, that's actually a great point that I never really realized over the last couple of weeks is that, yes, Kansas City is down, the Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. Those are the teams that have beaten the Buffalo Bills and given them trouble to get to the Super Bowl. And now that those teams are gone, all of a sudden, the Patriots have risen, the team that has kept them out of, first place out of the division for the last like 20 years, from 2000 to 2020. And now the Patriots have risen once those teams have fallen. So it's just not going the way that it needs to go for the Buffalo Bills. They just got to finally step up and beat one of those teams if they want to make it to the Super Bowl. But I don't see them beating the Patriots this year. The Patriots are in their way once again. I'm sorry, Bills, but it just is what it is.
And it's brutal. Who do you like? We just have to show the Super Bowl odds. I mean, Broncos. But I mean, like, even the Broncos, like, you can say, like, the Buffalo Bills don't have the defense. How could you not have the defense in a window with Josh? You have the best player in the game. How do you not have a defense to, like, stop the run? I don't understand. And you, of course, like the Broncos. Can we look at the AFC? I've clearly had too much coffee, too. Can we look at the AFC standings? And even like that's no excuse either that they don't have a defense. Like, you're going to let Bo Nix beat you, Josh Allen? Absolutely not. This is your Super Bowl. And there's no turning back on that for me. Who do you like in the AFC?
Man, the AFC, it's so up in the air, and I haven't seen it in this long, in this many years,
Crazy.
where it's just so wide open, even with the Broncos being 11-2 and the Patriots being 11-2. But I'm going to stick with my gun. And everyone's been down on the Patriots every single week. This is another test game. And then they beat them, and they beat them by a couple touchdowns, and they beat them significantly, like dominating them in all aspects of the game. And then, they got to play this team next week, and they got a great rush. Can they handle? Then they handle them. And then, the Patriots still don't have. Patriots are the real deal. They're the team to beat in the AFC. They've shown it over the last 10 games with the 10-game win streak. I'm going with the New England Patriots. Why? Because they're a complete team all over the place. They got solid special teams, solid offense. Drake May is just a superstar all over the place. He's getting better every single week. And the defense, they play physical, and Mike Vrabel preaches, hey, we're a physical defense. He's been preaching it from the beginning since he's been there, and it's showing big time, especially after last week's game versus the Giants.
We're going to take a TV break. We got to do prop a shot when we get back, but I do want to ask where you go. The Patriots, your AFC faves, I love that. They can clinch the division against the Bills this Sunday. That's the crazy game. They're going in as underdogs at home in Foxborough, your Patriots. Other than Drake May, who has to have a massive game for the Patriots for them to walk out champs?
It's not even about someone else having a massive game. It's just them playing together on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, Hunter Henry comes through, when he needs to, but it's not like he produces 100+ yards every single game, but he just produces a first down when needed. And same with Stephon Diggs, he's not putting up the numbers that he used to put up as a number one wide receiver, but he's coming through in the clutch when they need him. Pop Douglas as well. He's made some deep ball plays down the field, when needed throughout the season. So it's kind of like using the tools, whatever's presented that week as a team, and Josh McDaniels bringing the best out of the weapons that they need to be utilized that week at any given week. And then also no one's really being a superstar. It's everyone just playing together and just getting the job done. Matt Collins coming through with some big plays when needed as well at the wide receiver. Matt Collins, that is, at the wide receiver position when needed as well. So it's not like someone has to step up. But if someone has to, it's the two running backs. That's what really keeps the Patriots going, is when those two are rolling.
Short break. We'll be back after this. You can get your water. We'll be back with some Prop a Shot after this on the Up and Down Show. Blaine Gabbert, your former teammate, joining us as well. I'm sure you'll get to say hi before you go. I know
Blaine's
you guys like to lift weights together.
Where's he at? Get him on.
He'll be on after Prop a Shot. I have to ask you this: how many? So this would be AFC East champs. You have like how many? 9? You
I
personally
played 9 years on the Patriots, so I have 9 AFC AFC division champs.
Yes. Where do you
AFC,
Where do you keep your hats and your T-shirts?
Yeah, so I don't have them all, so I kind of donate some of them when I go through the closet, like the older ones. So I still have my one for my rookie year, because that's a symbol right there. That's a memory for life, winning your first one. That's kind of like winning your first Super Bowl. You'll always remember winning that. When we got the first hats and T-shirts, it's the coolest thing of all time, your rookie year. And then after like your 4th and 5th year, you're like, hat and T-shirt game, like, actually this means nothing. It's cool to celebrate it that night, but like, we're here to win a Super Bowl, not just win the division. So you celebrate it real quick. So I got like 3 or 4 of them, still left around in my house. I can dig them up when needed. I don't know exactly what other ones I have after my rookie season when we won the division. But it gets to be a lot, Kay, man. All the memorabilia, it's too much. I like to just to keep the big hitter
it's so
ones,
hard.
and that's all. It really is.
It is good perspective that this will mean something to Drake May.
Oh, 100%. It's his rookie year. This will mean a lot to Drake May. It'll mean a lot to a lot of other guys on the team too, because it's going to be their first, division championship, winning their division and being in first place. So they're definitely going to celebrate.
Because I wouldn't care, I don't think, about winning it, or like when I look at it as a fan, I'm like, they win the division, big whoop or whatever. But it's nice to know that even though like Vrabel's sort of like, whatever how he's managing it, like it does mean something when it'll be nice to know that Drake May, if they do beat the Bills, it'll mean something to him, and he'll keep the hat and thing like when he looks back on it in 10 years. It's very cool.
Oh, it will truly mean something to him and a lot of other guys on the team, especially what makes it even more significant is it's going to be against the Buffalo Bills, who've been dominating that division over the last 4 years. So that's what's going to make it extra special as well, is beating the Buffalo Bills again and winning the division.
Yeah, it'll be nice for Stephon Diggs, all of the things, a nice little extra there. Okay, Harrison, Prop a Shot. Let's do it. We do this every week. I don't know what the score is. Figure it out.
All right, you guys both went 2 for 3 last week, so we are still tied 24-24. You guys know how this game works. I'm going to tee you up with 3 props each. We got Falcons-Bucks tomorrow night. Kay, I'll start with you. The over-under for Baker Mayfield's touchdown passes is sitting at 1.5. Does he go over or under that?
He's going to go over that. He's going to go over that. It's a primetime game. I believe it's high stakes. Division's on the line. Mike Evans, Gronk's teammate. Are you coming back? Are you not? I don't know. Whether or not he comes does not matter. He's going to have a big night.
All right, Gronk, the line for Baker's passing yards, 219.5. You going over or under that?
Hamilton, I saw the line last night and I kind of forgot what I picked. If I I was thinking under, but then I thought about it. They need this game so freaking bad. That's why I'm confused right now. Then I just rethought about it again. And I'm like, he has to go over because they need to win this game. And if they don't, the Carolina Panthers may possibly be in first place then after this weekend too. And that won't be any good. So Baker Mayfield needs to step it up. Okay, that's a good choice to go over 1.5.
Yeah, you sound a little scared or shaky. You don't sound very certain. Are you things are tied up, you can't handle the heat of this, or like what's going on? You good?
Hey, Kay, the Bucs have fallen off a cliff right now, so I'm a little shaky, okay?
I get it.
They need to bounce back this week. So Baker's going to bounce back. I'm going over. Hey, Kay, when you're in the studio again, you can talk garbage to me.
Yeah. Why don't you?
Hey, he was composed enough to call me Hamilton this time. We'll take that. So, Kay, we're going back to UK. Bucky Irving, his line for rushing yards, 62.5. You going over or under there?
Over. Because that's like what he's been doing week in, week out. It just feels, that one feels right. It kind of feels like you did me a favor giving me that one. I like this one. You can absolutely run on the Falcons defense. Big night. And by the way, he's back from injury. It's his third game back. He's good. He's good. Let's do this.
All right, Gronk, back to you. The over-under for Bijan's rushing yards, 73.5. Does he go over or under that tomorrow night?
I'm going with over with Bijan Robinson. I mean, their passing game has been just horrendous. They got to get it going, with the run game if they want any chance to win versus the Buccaneers.
All right, Kay, one anytime touchdown scorer for the Falcons.
I'm going to do what Gronk does to me. After you give me like a prop that I go, he picks that person to be the touchdown scorer. I see you do that every week. I'm going to go Bijan Robinson. I'm going to follow Gronk's little footsteps in the snow there in Colorado. The Bucs have given up the second most touchdowns to running backs in the passing game. He's going to have, I'm going to go further. He's going to have a catch and run for a score. That's what it's going to be.
All right, Gronk, one anytime touchdown scorer for the Buccaneers. Do what you were born to do. Let's go.
Well, Hamilton, I don't think Kay's a true analyst because she just copies what I say and just uses the guys that I go with. So that's not really true analyzing. That's just going with, what I see. But I understand. I would go with what I see too, Kay. So that makes sense. So maybe you're the best analyst out there then. But I'm going with anytime touchdown score. I'm going with my guy who I will never mess up his name again, Emeka Egbuka.
Wow.
Let's go.
That's a good one. Hamilton, no, please don't wrap yet. I have a proposal. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
Can we get Hamilton back? I don't like what you're saying about Phillip. I can't get it out of my head. If he starts this weekend against Seattle, I think he starts. You think that's crazy? If he starts, can I get an extra point, Hamilton?
I'll allow it. Yeah. If Phillip Rivers starts against the Seattle Seahawks this week, I'll award an extra point.
And it doesn't matter how he looks.
Hamilton, I can't argue with that. She gets an extra point if Phillip Rivers starts. But, there's something going on, because, I was like, I don't see him really doing so well. And, Kay, you were getting a little, offensive over there, about Phillip Rivers not playing for 5 years, practicing for 1 week and starting, you must know something that I don't know over there.
Hey, Gronk, would you come out of retirement to be on the practice squad, or would you come out of retirement to play the game?
All right,
what?
Kay, well, here we go. Here's a great story for both you and Hamilton right now. When I was not first time retired, when I was second time retired, I almost came back. It was about 10 weeks into the season. I had a meeting with the Buccaneers, and they wanted me back. I kind of wanted to come back. I thought about it just a little bit, but I walked away from the meeting. I said, I have to truly want it in my heart to come back. But before we left the meeting, there was already a game plan established for me to get back to where I need to get to be in game ready and in game shape and game eligible so I could perform. It was to be on the practice squad for the first 2 to 3 weeks and treat it like a training camp for myself, and then activate me for the final 3 to 4 games and then go into the playoffs. And that's why I truly don't see, I understand that Phillip Rivers is on the practice squad because I kind of went through that experience, but I don't see him starting already week 1 because I think he needs, exercise his mind and his arm once again at the level that he needs to, if it's still even there. And they got to evaluate him too, if it's even smart to put him in as the starter. And I think it would take about 2 to 3 weeks in the practice squad, just like the plan that I was going to have if I ended up coming back, that for my third year in Tampa. But it just never happened. My heart wasn't there, and I thought it wasn't going to be a good idea.
Very well said. I almost think I need you to have like a glass of scotch and like a robe and a pipe or something, the way this background looks. We are going to bring in your friend, but I do want to do a recap of our very important prop shot with a bonus point if Philip Rivers starts against the Seahawks coming off practice squad to do so. Okay, I'm going with Baker Mayfield over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Bucky Irving over 62.5 rushing yards, and Bijan touchdown. Gronk going with Baker Mayfield. That's an over on 219.5. I love that. Bijan over 73.5 rushing, and Emeka Abuka as his anytime touchdown scorer. Love that. FanDuel Sportsbook has another $2 million Thursday touchdown jackpot going for this game. All you have to do is pick an anytime touchdown score. If your choice scores the first or the last touchdown, you win a share of $2 million. Okay, let's get to week 16 of 2020. Not really. I do want to get to Blaine Gabbert. We're going to go over some of your highlights as a Buccaneer, but you two know each other. You love each other.
Hey,
this is
Gronky.
great.
Yeah, so I got a couple questions for Blaine, actually. First off, me and Blaine, we're workout partners together. We really are, especially that we're both retired. We're both big guys, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". We're both buck 260. So we work out together. We move those weights. But I haven't been there in a while. So
we're missing you there. I don't know where you've been.
How has Suka been since I haven't been there in the last couple months? How's it been going?
I just rushed cardio Wednesday to get back, and it's 11:45. I could have got another 15 in on the sauna.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And is Dylan even a legit trainer?
Dylan's the best. You know that. He's got all his baseball guys now, though, so he's busy with the baseball guys.
Oh, so he's big time. He's moving on from the football guys and going to the baseball guys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. And then I got another question for Blaine. What was it like throwing a touchdown pass to your favorite tight end of all time right here versus the Detroit Lions? First play in the second half, down the seam. Let's go, Blaine. What was that like?
I think I told you at the line of scrimmage you were getting the ball because they lined up in like over covered too. It was pretty wide open.
This explains the Detroit Lions perfectly that year. I mean, I think they won 1 or 2 games, but literally we were in the huddle. We just got an interception. We were already up a lot, and we were in the huddle. The play was called where I have 2 options. I could have ran an over route or what is it, a post down when it's too high.
I think he had like a middle
Blaine
or a delta
looks at me and goes, Blaine literally looks at me and goes, they're already in their scheme on the defensive side of the ball, Rob. You're going to run the post down the middle, and I'm going to throw it to you for a touchdown. We said break. What happened? I ran right down the middle of the field, and Blaine hit me with the touchdown pass. So it was pretty cool. You knew it before.
That was a fun game. I think Tom threw for like 400 in the first half. That's why I was in so early.
Yep. I was glad they kept me in because I got to, get my touchdowns up.
That was 2020. That was 2020.
There's a lot of people in the stadium there.
Blaine, you're like, I haven't seen you. You don't you're very quiet. I have so many questions for you. Gronk, before you go, if Philip Rivers can come back, I feel like Blaine needs to be on a roster. I'm just saying. Would you like to make your case? Blaine, why are you shaking your head?
I'll make Blaine's case. Blaine could play football if he really wanted to be playing football right now. But like myself, okay, like I just told you that story when I sat down with the Bucs, my heart just wasn't there. And if your heart's not there and your mind's not there, you got to truly love the game of football, and after you play for so long, it can kind of wear you down a little bit. But you got to truly love the game. But Blaine can play. I see him. I work out with him. He has the arm strength. He has the ability. But if you just don't want to play the game, well, then the smartest thing to do is, just chill on the sidelines and work out together. Have a workout partner like each other.
All right, I'm going to grill Blaine. He's not going to like these questions.
Did I answer that for you, Blaine? I usually don't talk for people, but I kind of just did. I'm sorry.
I can tell he doesn't want to talk about it, but I love that. Gronk, hey, we'll see you next week. Go enjoy skiing and everything. Have the best time. You're the best.
Hey, Blaine, I'll see you at Suka next week. I'll be back.
See you, Gronky. I'll text you later.
Dylan, pictures ready.
Blaine, it is great to see you. I'm sure it was amazing it was very cool to watch you and Gronk relive that memory. I heard what he just said. I don't know. I want to know, what is your relationship with football right now? Where's your heart, I guess, in Gronk terms?
I had a blast playing for 13 years, but like anything, it runs its course, and kind of where I'm at, and like my phase of life is we got 2 young kids. We actually have a third on the way. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell anybody that yet, but we have a 3-year-old, a
Congratulations.
1-year-old, and another one on the way. So, I signed up to be a dad. So it's been fun making lunches, being stay-at-home dad for like the current time being. And, I had a blast playing like that picture with my wife and Leighton there at the Super Bowl. That was the AFC Championship game. And then there's the Super Bowl. It was fun to have those memories, but like anything, football runs its course. It's a very time demanding sport. And, it's fun just to kind of stay at home and be a dad.
Congrats to you and Becca.
Thank you.
That's really amazing. I love that. What is the Blaine Gabbert, like if you were to put on the menu, your best lunch for these kids? Like what is the go-to tried and true thing you're best at making?
Well, when you make lunches for preschool, you have like a little lunchbox, right? So my
Yeah.
daughter likes like turkey and cheese roll-ups and tortillas, fresh fruit, granola bars, mango gummies, mango sticks. It's pretty fun. She's got an opinion on everything. So, sometimes dad makes the right one, sometimes dad makes the wrong one.
Dad's had a fun career to tell young Leighton about whenever you feel like it. You're such an interesting NFL career, right? You back up Mahomes in 2023. Obviously Brady before that. You were just at the Super Bowl. Like you won a Super Bowl. Part of that, what it takes, like the ins and outs of that building. Everyone's trying to figure out this like Mahomesy thing, or not even that, like Andy Reid, all that. What do you think about people saying that the scheme is worn out or run its course?
I don't think it has at all. Football is just such a funny game, and there's such a fine line between having complete and total success and then losing the close games. And I think I saw a stat the other day. I haven't followed football super close this year, but their record in one-score games this year isn't what it has been the last 5,
No.
6, 7 years. And so then you're talking about 2, 3, 4 plays a game that really change the outcome of any football game. You look at 3 plays a game on a Monday, they change the outcome of the football game. And you see some of those untimely sacks or turnovers, they have a direct impact on the final score. And they just haven't made the plays this year that they've been accustomed to making in the years past. And I still think they're a great football team. They're just battling injuries now. So it's just kind of snowballing for those guys.
Do you feel like nothing needs to change? They can, because there's just like, do you need to adjust? Do you need to have defenses figured out that like, we think nothing needs to change?
Well, I think the biggest thing that people need to realize is I believe they're on their 5th and 6th string tackles right now.
Right.
They've
And
had
that's the whole
massive
ballgame.
injuries. And so when you're down to your most pivotal positions for an offense, your right tackle and then your blindside tackle, that's difficult to operate, right? And so maybe they do need to adjust accordingly, but Patrick's so talented at making plays, and they have great skill positions to get guys open. They have a great scheme with Coach Reed, Nags, and Girardi calling the red zone stuff. So it's just one of those deals that you have to make those 2 or 3 extra plays a game. And I think that would have changed the outcome of the last 4 or 5 games that they've lost, right? And then they're not mathematically eliminated, correct?
No, they can win out. We can pull up the schedule for you. And
But they have to win out, right? And other things have to
Yeah.
happen. But
Yeah.
that was
But
a
to
big
me, like,
game
that would be
versus
like,
Houston
yeah.
last week.
I mean, it was awful. It was like hard to watch. They would have to win out. What do you think?
The Chargers are gonna be a good game, so you got to start there. You can't. It's a 1-week season right now, and I think they can do it. I've got all the faith in the world in those guys, and they got the right group of guys in that locker room to get it done.
Blaine, there's like a small but diabolical group of people who are like, fire Andy. It's not working anymore. Like, is that but so bananas?
That's just like the world we live in, right? It's the nature of the beast. Football is such a covered sport, right? The media just drives everything, and I think people have gotten spoiled to the level of success that they've had there the last 10, 11 years, right? Starting when he first got there with Alex.
Right.
They're accustomed to these 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 win seasons where that's not the norm. The NFL is built to have teams go 9-7, 10-7 now, 9-8. It's a 500 league. There's so much talent on any given roster.
Yeah.
If you don't play your best game on any given week, you have the ability to lose. But people calling for Andy's job. That's ludicrous.
When you were there, like how much, last one on the Chiefs for you. I want to ask about Trevor Lawrence and all that too. If so many questions, like how much of it is the offense? How much of it when you were there was Nagy and Andy, the crossover together, one more than the other? Like how did it work?
I think they do a great job of taking ideas. So Joe Blameyer, Dave Girardi's our quarterback coach, Nags is OC, and then Coach Reed. They do a great job of just blending ideas. And everyone's responsible for specific parts of the game plan. And so they do a great job blending all these ideas together. And I think it's more of a collaborative effort than anything. There's not one specific guy doing the entire game plan, right? And then they get together as an offensive staff in a group and then build kind of this puzzle, right, of offensive plays for any given week.
Do you want to be on TV?
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to shave my beard and get a haircut.
What are we really No, you don't. What are we really doing here? Why are you analyzing stuff? Like that was great. I never knew that. What is what? We can make the
TV's
mango
a time commitment, and
sandwiches.
I don't know.
Mango sticks. Maybe you could do it the night before. I don't know. Like I really feel like I don't know. I really feel like you and I just think this is an audition tape that I'm gonna have to send around. Even you're not gonna like it, but Gronk and I know some people who know some people.
You're my PR
I'll be your
person.
agent. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. My agents are probably watching this. They're probably like,
great. I'm gonna send it to them too. What are we doing here? I'd like to see you on a team. You're telling me Phillip Rivers. You're telling me Chris Ballard could call you. They have one quarterback that's 44 that's healthy. Chris Ballard calls and you're not answering that call and going there. Come on, really?
No, maybe. I doubt it. There's a 99.9% chance I would say no, which is basically 100.
I knew it. The door is open. Okay, I want to ask you because Mizzou, great shape. Drinkwitz, okay, 6-year extension. They keep him. There's all these other schools circling around. How big of a deal is it for your alma mater to get that deal done?
Well, I think in order to have success kind of in this college football landscape, you have to have stability at the head coaching position. And you see the turmoil when a head coach leaves, like when you saw Lane go to LSU. Ultimately, I don't know this for a fact, Ole Miss should have matched that deal. And if they really wanted to keep him, they should have given him not only the money for his salary, his staff's salary. Now these recruiting budgets are getting crazy. But in order to have Drink there, I think they had to meet some financial demands, not only for his salary, his staff, but also the money that you have to invest in the team, right? You have to build a roster now, and that requires a lot of money, far more than it took 15 years ago when we were playing college football.
I don't follow it, but I've met him. I think he's lovely. It makes a lot of sense that they kept him. I think they've got a bowl game coming up, which is exciting. You backed up.
I think they're actually playing in Jacksonville.
Don't talk about. I'm bad at TV. I'm getting off TV right now. I don't even know. Blaine Gabbert coming to a TV or a podcast or a football field near you. Thanks, Blaine.